Hi, I'm John Hart. I'm the head football coach at Warren Central High School. We were the 5A state championships in 2009. Been in Indiana for 9 years, 15 years in the state of Illinois. My teams won over 200 ball games in that amount of time. 2 state championships. We won a state championship at Evansville Wrights a couple years ago. One of the things we've done in the last 3 years, we've been either number 1 or number 2 in offense in the entire state of Indiana. And one of the things we feel like we can do is we control the line of scrimmage with our zone play. Steve Adazio, who's the heir apparent at Florida, has really kind of got me started in zone. I was a big midline option guy while I was at Mount Carmel High School in Southern Illinois for a long time. And then we kind of transferred into the spread team, but a lot more a zone team. We will run the zone in every one of them, really out of every offensive formation possible. Our D-line, our O-line, I should say, has no idea what our formations are for the most part. All they know is how we're going to control the backside defensive end. So it doesn't matter if we're in the eye, which we were a lot last year. We had a great tailback who led the state in rushing. Whether we have a big-time throwing quarterback, and again, we had one of those last year in our quarterback, so we were pretty open as an offense what we would do throughout the year. But my main topic is going to be on the 3 zones. We're going to talk about the get rid of this green marker, the inside zone, the outside zone, and then really the toss, what I would call the toss out of it. Now, we'll run this, and again, we really like each one of them. And I'll probably concentrate for the most part on the inside zone and just tell you what it does to manipulate the defense with the other 2. But with the inside zone, we are a lot simpler, and I really picked this up off of, really Adazio does it very much so at Florida. Coach Pinkel does it at Missouri. We're not going to have 8 million rules in the zone offense. Now, I know a lot of people will run just one zone out of these 3 and then have all the rules that go with it, okay? And I think that really makes it complicated, especially for teams who are going to stun a lot. So, and we get that a ton here in the MIC. By the way, to plug our conference, it was voted by USA Today as the 2nd best football conference in the country. So we have a lot of Division I players. I think we have a lot of great football coaches that are in this conference. But if we're running the inside zone, and I know this is going to sound simple, but it is truly how we run it. We practice every scenario. We practice doing the same steps over and over and over and over again. But we don't really change our rules for the most part, hardly ever, okay, with the inside zone. If we're running the inside zone, we've now told our offensive line we are not going to run outside this hole, but we'll run all the way back anywhere to this hole. And again, that's not a new concept by anybody's stretch of anybody's imagination, because that's typically how inside zone started. Now, what we're going to do, if we have, whether this guy's a 2 or a 3 technique, we're going to play him as a heavy technique, which means this guy's going to punch with his inside arm, and he's going to try to reach him. And no matter what our back set is here, but the ball carrier, he's running for the outside leg. And if he sees daylight here, and by the way, we're telling him to run. If he's a 4-4 guy, we're telling him he's 4-4ing it to that hole. And we're going to hit this chute anytime we're going to get it, okay? Now, unless somebody is stunning, all right, we hardly ever are going to hit that hole, okay? Because good defenses are not going to let you have that gap. They're going to shut it off by one of these 2 guys, okay? So again, our aiming point is this outside point of the leg. Our play side guard, who's the biggest guy in this because he's covered, he's going to punch, and he's not going to allow this guy to penetrate. His gap, though, is really this gap. This center, he sees this guy, he's really coming hard. He's really coming hard to this point, knowing that he's got to pick up this guy. Now, every once in a while, we'll make a call, and that call will be is if they've got a great nose, if they've got a great 1 technique, we'll make a call where this guy knows he has him solo, okay? Then he's going to be heavy here, and then they're going to work off to here, okay? So they're going to work off really to the back side. So that's really the only time we'll make any type of call there at all. And then this back has really got to beat this cat by himself, okay, if we would make that call. That is a very unusual call for us because we'll run at that one technique if he's too good, okay? We'll just run at him, okay? And I'll show that illustration here in a second. This tackle knows we're never running outside this guard. He's heavy on this cat and he's shutting him off, okay? So now we've got an alley here. Or unless this nose is too good for us to handle, we know we're two up to him. We know we're two up to him. We're coming here, pulling off backside, and this is the guy we have to take care of. And which really will be the principle of my conversation is how to control this this defensive end with not only the inside zone, but with all zones, okay? Now obviously we will counter this guy, so he's got to learn to spill. We'll also, because we'll trap and counter with this guy, we'll solid block him and run power back to him. We'll do a lot of different things so that he just doesn't get used to free running, okay? Where he can maybe play two people at one time, okay? One of our other favorite things to do is if when we have a fullback in here and he's picking up that defensive end, we will do that. We'll read him if we're in the gun and manipulate him that way. We'll also play a back over here, and we'll also come back and wham block him. We try to get as many different blocks as we can on this guy so that he has a difficult time figuring out what we're doing, okay? I think one of the things we're talking about this year is even high walling him, is to bump him and then go the linebacker. We have not done that in the past, but it is something we will do. We naked a lot. We love the naked bootleg. Matter of fact, in the state championship, it was a double overtime, great football game. On the 2-point conversion, that's what we did. We naked this guy because he was coming down and almost making the play on the previous goal line touchdown, okay? So that's our inside zone principles, and I know I'm really going over this fast, and that could be my topic alone, but I just kind of want to go over the different types of things we'll do to them.